the legend right here in this time, 6-time Pro Bowler, and one of my favorite people that I've met since being with the NFL Network in 2004. And I would say that even if you were not sitting right next to me, Donovan McNabb.
Well, first of all, hello, ladies.
Val Venus. You like the sound of your voice.
Hello, ladies. Yeah. You're the man. You know what?
Right back at you.
Hey, I love being on this show. This is outstanding.
Good.
This is an honor.
Well, I'm thrilled to have you here, man. And, the first time I ever saw you play was when you went shoeless into the end zone in the Big House against my Wolverines.
Yeah, well, I mean,
I remember
they
that.
were just on the schedule at the time, and just wanted to run through them and get closer to my Heisman Trophy campaign.
Now, did you beat Brady or Henson that day?
That was Tom Brady. That was the first time that I beat Tom, and it felt so good, and I think he got me back at the wrong time.
What's it like walking around the streets for you here in Philadelphia?
You know what? It's
Donovan?
all right. I blend in very well. They look at me and they're like, "Oh, Denzel Washington." I'm like, "Yeah, it's cool." Samuel Jackson. Hey, how you doing? Yeah, but you know what? The thing about it's always fun to come back because you see familiar faces. You go to places in which you have eaten for years, or some of the owners. They've built up so much over the years, which is new to me, which is exciting. But I love when you go back and you see some guys you haven't seen in a while and kind of unfamiliar. It's like, hey, Donovan, I remember. And he tells you your name. You're like, oh, no, really nice meeting you again. It's like meeting you again. I met you when I was like 5. It's like, how old are you now? It's like 30. Yeah, I'm like 28. Like, ooh.
So
I'm old.
That's why the default, Donovan, always has to be good to see you again. And if they say we've never met, you go, I thought we've met before.
That's a new one. I'm gonna have to use that.
Use every person you come across.
I love when people are like, you remember me? It's like,
and then it make you feel like,
I don't want to break your heart, but no.
Then suddenly you're the problem.
Yeah,
but
exactly.
No.
But then they start dogging you on social media. You're like, he's such an idiot. I don't like him. Like,
at Donovan J.
didn't know
McNabb.
Who you were.
At Donovan J. McNabb, by the way. Did somebody has Donovan McNabb? Why do you Donovan J. McNabb on Twitter?
That's my name.
I know that, but
I'm like Stephen A. Smith. Like, you got to put the J in there. Like, like Lisa Ray. You don't call her Lisa. You call her Lisa Ray. I'm Donovan J. McNabb, baby.
Donovan J. McNabb here on the Rich Eisen Show, here to promote FedEx. It's very odd that I wouldn't think that. Oh no, I'm sorry.
No.
FedEx. I'm sorry.
Yeah, speaking of Mitchell,
I'm sorry. FedEx.
Yeah,
I must have misread
definitely not promoting FedEx.
Just want to thank my hands for being so great today, guys.
That worked out well.
The Sultan of the Slot. Right?
I don't know what names he came up with, but it didn't work out well.
Hey, but he came through with a big 4th down catch that one time,
He did,
right?
and that's about it. So, I mean, no, I'm not here to talk about anybody. Yeah, but for FedEx, I mean, they're doing great things right now. They've renewed their contract with the NFL, so they're the number one carrier. They're doing well for people are talking about Trubisky, or possibly Deshaun Watson. Every first quarterback, first running back will be taken. $5,000 will be donated for each and one to the USO for those great members who are doing great things for us, so that they will be able to reach back home and also spend time with family and things of that nature.
So who do you think will be the donation made in the name of the first quarterback taken?
Quarterback taken, I think, will be Deshaun Watson. I think what they're doing with Trubisky right now is the same thing they have done over years. I mean, for when Tim Couch came out, they put Akili Smith as the bait to try to get contract negotiations the way they wanted to. And obviously, Akili didn't get drafted until later.
3rd, right? To the Bengals.
Well, he ended up going 8th, I think, to the Bengals. Something said that was 4th or something. I don't know. I don't remember. I was going out of the green room at that particular time, so I was thinking about cheesesteaks and all. But, the whole thing about it, when I look at this, Trubisky's only played 13 games.
That's it.
Like, there's no way that you will even remotely be a number one pick by playing 13 games. I mean, I think the last person that kind of had that sort of resume was it USC quarterback?
I got it right here. I got the list in the last 10 drafts. This is my NFL Network research.
Right?
Cam Newton had just 14 career starts, but he also had junior college experience. Sanchez, 16 career starts for USC. And then this is the last 10 drafts, the fewest NCAA starts in the first-round quarterbacks. Then it goes Tannehill with 19, and then Wentz last year with 23 career starts. That's it.
But Tannehill played wide receiver.
Yep.
He played wide receiver, and the quarterback at that time was Jared Johnson. So it was a lot expected, for Tannehill stepping into that point. For Cam Newton won the national championship and led his team to an undefeated season. Can't say that about Trubisky. They played Stanford in the in the bowl game.
Minus McCaffrey.
Well, that's another issue. And I look at Mark Sanchez. Mark Sanchez went to USC, which they felt like everybody at USC was a first-round draft pick. And they took a chance on Mark Sanchez. But for Trubisky, I think this is a league now where you at least need film on a guy going in. You need experience. He needs to understand the highs and lows of winning and losing, not playing well. How do you bounce back? How do you lead the team? Deshaun Watson has that. I think the person that really sticks out in my mind who may be the dark horse of it all is Patrick Mahomes. I like that young man. Although he's in an offense that we've seen Johnny Manziel just kind of run around and do things of that nature, but he can play from the pocket. He has a strong arm. He has good pedigree with his dad, obviously being a professional baseball player and pitcher. But he's shown something that I think you just can't get from any other quarterback, and he has the it factor. Deshaun is a winner. He has that it factor, but Patrick Mahomes has that it factor that I think a lot of teams are looking at, and he may end up being a mid to late first rounder.
Donovan J. McNabb,
yes,
here on the Rich Eisen Show,
ladies.
Here in Philadelphia. PA. Did you know that the Eagles were interested in you? Did you know that Andy Reid was going to go get you?
I didn't. Cleveland, I knew was interested. They came. They were the first ones that I sat down with and did board work. And I probably upset them a little bit when I declined to go to dinner with them because I'd already set the time for Philadelphia to go to dinner. I knew Cincinnati was interested. I knew the Bears were interested. And Minnesota was interested. And so Philadelphia, yeah, I knew they were interested, but they were having talks with my agent. My agent didn't come back to me and let me know until we were in the green room before I got booed the first time, that it may be a chance that I may get drafted second to Philadelphia.
Now, how did you take that? I don't think I've ever talked to you about
the first
this,
thing. I've never been booed. So after when they introduced and announced all the people in the green room, because at that time the green room was small. I think it was only about 6 or 8 of us. Right. Now it seems like they're inviting everybody and their mother and father and their dogs.
They're trying to.
But it makes no sense. Why would I want to go to the draft if I'm going to be drafted, second round or third round? Like, I don't want to be there, to watch somebody who I know I'm better than get drafted. And it's like, really? Like, and I look at my agent like, why did I hire you? Like, you know what I mean? But when I was announced the first time, they booed and I laughed because it was like, man, did they boo me? Who were they booing? Like, what was that? And then I got drafted and they booed me. And it was kind of just clicked for me. It was like, hey, you know what? That's funny, but oh well. I played in New York. I'm getting booed in New York. That's interesting. So I'm just going to go out here and show them what I can do.
And did Andy Reid mention it to you at all? Did you have a conversation with him
about me being booed?
Yeah, about
we laughed about it. We laughed about it. And the thing with me is, you know me, I'm a crack jokes on anything.
Right.
I thought the guy was an idiot with the spikes on his shoulder pads. I felt like that was a jersey he just messed up. I mean, he wasted some money. And it was funny after that. I met Sean being the guy who had the pain in the shoulder pads. Mm-hmm. And he apologized a numerous amount of times. And I told him, I said, it's no sweat off my back. Everybody has their own opinion. You do what you want to do. But there was a bus that started from here and went up there to go and boo me if they didn't pick Ricky Williams.
Come on now.
Yeah.
Yeah,
it was the radio guide.
The boo
and
bus?
also our mayor at the time, Mayor Rendell. And then radio personalities and Angelo Cataldi. They wanted to make sure that the person who was drafted, if it wasn't Ricky, felt the whole energy of the Philadelphia Eagles fans. So that worked out well.
You were cheered, though, in 2010 when you came back as a standing ovation when you came back to the
Absolutely.
link
And then they gave me the
Redskin.
microphone that was like delayed. And so all they remember is 5 will always love you. And I'm just like, okay. That worked out well. So every time I go anywhere in Philly, they're like, 5 will always love you. I'm like, yeah.
Donovan J. McNabb here on the Rich Eisen Show. Here on behalf of Fred. I keep saying
will you stop that? Come on. Would you like me to call Freddie to get him on?
Over under career Freddie Mitchell receptions. What do you think? Career Freddie Mitchell receptions, Rich.
Career.
That's you have the playoffs up.
I'm going to go something along the lines of 300. 300 career receptions.
And on another note,
do you take the under on that one?
Oh, definitely the under.
Do you have a guess?
I would say probably about 150.
Keep going. Keep going down.
That's it?
90
career receptions.
Anyway, the FedEx air and ground players of the draft. The folks at FedEx will make a $5,000 donation to the USO in name of both the first quarterback and the first running back drafted, totaling
My question for you is, who do you think is going to be the first running back?
I think it'll be Fournette.
Yeah,
I think it'll be Fournette, and I think Fournette's going to go top 5, and I think, and then I think McCaffrey's going to go top 10. I'll tell you what, Donovan, I saw McCaffrey with my own 2 eyes at the Combine this year. He might have been the best receiver, not just the best running back.
But see, that's the funny thing because he doesn't play receiver.
I know that.
Nor would you put him in the slot. So the funny thing that I look at when it comes to it was, they're like, he can do so much. So could LaDainian, so could Brian Westbrook, so could Marshall Faulk. But you need him to play running back. You know what I mean? You can put him in motion and do different things like that.
But the Patriots just won the Super Bowl with James White and with Deion Lewis doing all sorts of things that aren't the typical bell cow.
But they weren't top 10 picks.
That's true.
See, why would you waste a top 10 or top 15 pick on a third down back? Because that's really a specialty back.
Mm-hmm.
Now, can he carry the ball in the NFL? Absolutely. Darren Sproles carries the ball very well. If an offense, if it's kind of an outside running kind of offense. So who would he work well with? He would work well with, obviously, Andy Reid in Kansas City, or even an offense here. But a top 10 pick, you're asking him to possibly, Carolina,
yes, at 8.
Some of these teams that they really need, Jacksonville.
So you wouldn't take him top 10?
You know what? The guy that is funny to me, no one really talks about, maybe because of injury or whatever, but Dalvin Cook is something no one really talks about. For him coming into this season and the numbers that he put up, not only running the football, but catching the football as well.
Are you saying that just because Jimbo Fisher just walked in the door here?
No, Jimbo didn't recruit me, so I'm still upset about that. I remember I went down to Florida State on an unofficial visit, and I was like, it was right after Charlie Ward, so they thought I kind of had what Charlie had. I didn't see it, but I love Charlie Ward.
Mm-hmm.
But I was like, man, I could play here. And then they, drafted everybody else from everywhere, so I was like, I think I'm okay.
So
I can't fit here.
Why did you go to Syracuse?
Because of the great academics that they have. Syracuse is one of the best academic schools.
The Newhouse School of Communication.
I'm a broadcaster. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
The offense was very similar to what I ran in high school.
Okay.
Big Kevin Rogers and Paul Pasqualoni fan. And I thought it was just a great fit for me. I wasn't going to go anywhere because of the name.
Mm-hmm.
Some kids nowadays, they want to go where they can be on TV and then possibly get into the NFL. I wanted to go somewhere where academically I can go into the direction I wanted, and that was to become a broadcaster and also play competitive football.
Donovan, are you in Los Angeles at all?
I'm in Arizona, and unfortunately I'm flying to Bristol a lot. Comments on that?
No, it's look. I thought it's a shame. So many good people. Honestly, no, I'm serious. I'm being serious. So many good people lost their gigs.
Yeah.
But you're on ESPN Radio and beIN Sports, college football coverage,
and college basketball,
too. That I did not.
Yeah,
know.
I did play basketball for 3.5 years at Syracuse.
See, then maybe you did have Charlie Ward in you.
Well, Charlie Ward was my idol. He was one of my idols, and I wish I could have got drafted like he did with the Knicks, but maybe not to the Knicks. But
what was your game on?
It was point guard, but I was more of a 2. I like to go in and battle and bang with some of the big guys. Could shoot from the outside, but Boeheim's not a great coach, so he didn't see my talent.
Don was on the '96 Final Four team. John Wallace.
That I did not.
Yeah, if you look at the film, I'm third seat from the end if you don't include the head trainer, Don Lowe.
So if you squint real hard, we'll see Donovan J.
You would see me before games showing off my talent and my leaping ability, and at halftime I was outstanding.
Donovan, you are the man. Well, the reason why I asked if you're in Los Angeles, I want you in my studio. Come hang out with me.
You're big time, man. It's tough to get in your studio. I would love to. It's only a 40-minute flight, 50-minute flight. I can get there.
Let's do it.
Hey, all you do is invite me and then fly me out and then, feed me.
Well, everything about that is good. The flying out, I'll work on that.
You got a private jet?
Do I?
Yeah.
Would you point it out for me?
Sure.
You point it out to me? Okay. Donovan J. McNabb on Twitter. Also, check out the Air and Ground Players of the Draft presented by FedEx.
Thank you. Thank you.
The Rich Eisen Show, weekdays at noon Eastern on Audience.